Hi, it's Greg Bloom. I'm here at the International Livestock Congress 2014, January 14th at the National Western Stock Show. And today we just had our lunch honoring the students, the scholarship recipients, and I have a few of them today that we're going to talk to. Brady, we've heard a lot of comments today, this morning's session, about the difficulties facing the beef industry, the challenges ahead of us. Tell me about maybe one or two of the challenges that you've heard about today and how you think you might be able to help handle those with your future.
Absolutely. With world population growing at the rate it is today, we're going to need about 75% more food than we currently produce to feed our growing world population by 2050. And the beef industry has the technology we need to achieve that goal. However, there's been some misunderstandings about the technology and how it works, and I think I can bring value through my career by explaining to basic consumers and producers how these technologies work, and then they are actually safe, and then how the value comes in by using these technologies to produce enough food to feed our growing population.
Regarding that, we've heard about sustainability today, and it's a big buzzword with chefs and all the media, sustainability. Tell us what you think sustainability means, and do you think that the beef industry is sustainable, and if you do, why?
Absolutely. To me, sustainability means we're going to be here. We're not just here for 5 years. We're going to be here for the long run. I just think back to my home operation, and sustainability for us means taking care of the land, the air, and the water. My farm's been in our family. I'm the fifth generation there. I think that defines sustainability to me, and someday I hope to have kids, and I hope to pass that same operation down to my kids. Sustainability to me means we're going to be here for the long run and taking care and doing what we need to do to make sure we are here. And absolutely, I think the beef industry is on a very sustainable course, and we will be here for the long haul.
Do you think that the beef industry is sustainable, and if so, why?
Absolutely. I think the beef industry is sustainable. We've made so many improvements over the past years of beef production, and I think that that's something that consumers need to know, is that beef producers and just agriculturists around the world do care about their animals, and more importantly, they care about you as a consumer. It's very important to feed their own families and the rest of the world, and I think that the beef industry is very sustainable, and that's why we have been able to keep up with the global demand of beef. And so I think that that's going to be one problem that we run into, is with a growing population, how do we feed the rest of the world as well as the United States? And I think that, the answer to that lies in many people's hands, but it's going to be up to us as youth to take care of that. And that's what I'm excited to do, is take on the beef industry and hopefully help feed the world.
That people are so far removed from agriculture now. People move into the big cities. They don't really know. They think chicken and beef and pork comes from packages, and it's all sliced up, and they don't really appreciate the hard work that goes into producing the meat that they consume. Is there anything that we can be doing better as a group, as an industry, in the ag industry, do you think, to better connect to people and tell them the story about where their beef comes from?
I think being very transparent in our industry is very important, and I think we're doing more of that. There's more videos on YouTube, more blogs about what exactly goes on in a packing plant or at the farm, or what castration means, or what local means, and what organic actually means. And that's what our consumers don't understand. They just hear these buzzwords that sound really great, but they don't know what it means, and they're not willing to pay a price for it. And so they think it sounds really awesome, but then when they actually go to the grocery store to buy a $30 organic steak, they don't want to do it. And so that's a problem that we run into, is just education of consumers. And I think the best way to do that is just talking to more people at the grocery store. And really, we need to get out in the media. They need young people like ourselves to go and be on talk shows and be on the news and be on Oprah, and to have a positive face in the industry, because all we hear is negative in the industry about animal agriculture. And I think that is so disheartening, to be an animal agriculturist and hear those things whenever we are doing great things and we're working so hard to produce a safe, healthy, nutritious beef product.
I'm excited to see that there's so many young people here that are pouring their education dollar, their time, and their future into solving the problems of this industry, which every industry has problems. It's not like we're plagued with more problems than others. But tell us a little bit about the new young generation coming behind to help us lead in this industry in the future, and a little bit about the work you do here with the International Stockman's Educational Foundation.
Well, I'm going to reference back. I just saw in the Denver Post last week that they ran a photo article highlighting the drought in eastern Colorado. And it really highlighted the fact that these small towns are dying because none of the younger generations are coming back. And there are so many people that I know that are going back, and I think that is a misperception. There's lots of folks that come to town and they say, oh, I'm not going to move back to the middle of nowhere, but I think people are going back. They are realizing, maybe this is the life I want to lead, and they're going back to our ranches and they're going back to our farms.
Well, as we wrap up the 2014 National Western Stock Show, International Livestock Congress, I hope you've had a little bit of a flavor of some of the topics we discussed regarding sustainability, this big umbrella-like idea of, can we continue? And if we can, then what do we need to do? The changes in the marketplace, the changes in the production side of the business, the changes everywhere, internationally and here in the United States. I hope to see you next year here at the International Livestock Congress. Bring a student. Sponsor a student and bring a student. Someone in your organization or someone in the ag industry. We've got to train this next generation or we won't be sustainable.